And we welcome you back to Ventura College, the VC We Play Hard tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Jeff Stoynoff, Mike Cepeda back with you. And Michael, we move on to Game 2 today, Palomar, Antelope Valley. We talked a little bit about it during our first game today, but an intriguing matchup of styles here. A very athletic, long team in Antelope Valley that really gets after you on defense. And then Palomar, they can shoot the lights out if you give them a little bit of room. So, as I say, an intriguing matchup. Yeah, well, it's a frenetic pace that Antelope Valley wants to set, but sometimes they can over-pursue and overplay. And what that's going to do is create a lot of open three opportunities in transition in particular, and Palomar is a team that feasts on that. So it's going to be very interesting to see early on here in the season how does Antelope Valley fare there. Really struggling in the turnover department. We didn't really see it all that much in day one until the end of that ball game. That one coming down to the wire, 1-point win over Pasadena, who was just dispatched by Ventura. But versus Riverside, much better team, another team that's ranked in the top 15 in Southern California. Well, it really did come back to bite them. So 21 turnovers versus Pasadena, 21 yesterday, trying to up the pace. That came back to bite them. They're gonna have to be better about it today. Jamar Kemp fouled out yesterday, and Julian Payton really responded after a bit of a lower performance in game one of the tournament. Only 3 points in that one, 15 yesterday, including a pretty nice buzzer beater to end the first half. Yeah, from about 40 feet, I would say, yeah, if my eyesight doesn't lie to me. Interesting, it's very early in the season, of course, but maybe it's a little later in the season for Palomar. They were up late last night. They were in the 7 o'clock game, went to overtime against Orange Coast. They ended up losing that one 87-85 after they had a lead in overtime, but couldn't hold off the Pirates down the stretch. But is that something that could come into play here a little bit, maybe in the second half, especially if Antelope Valley pushes the pace? Yeah, absolutely. I think fatigue could definitely be a factor, and a team that's very much built on being able to shoot the basketball. When you get those tired legs, that can really affect your shot down the stretch. For Antelope Valley, really would like to see Greg Floyd really respond here. He's been a little quiet here, given his talent and his stature, big-time prospect, but he's got to stay composed, and he's got to stay on the floor, and I expect big things from Greg Floyd here today versus Palomar, an opportunity for him to shine. Yeah, he had just 7 points last night, though. On the other side, you talked a little bit about Julian Payton, but also picking things up, Demorie Jones is a guy who's really impressed this weekend so far. Well, that was going to be my icing on the cake. 21 in the opener, 25 yesterday in the loss. Well, let me hand you the spatula here and go to it. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and flip the hot cake for you. Demorie Jones has been very good here in the first 2 games of the season. Can he continue the trend? We're going to find out in just a bit. 5 minutes away from tip-off here, Game 2 of our coverage of the James Ennis Foundation-sponsored VC We Play Hard tournament. Stick around.
right. Ooh.
Set to get underway. And Palomar. And the Marauders win the opening tap. They'll have it first. Jeff Stoynoff, Will Talon with you with the call from Ventura College. Peyton out front, the long three, won't go. Strong takes down the rebound. Set the lineup for you.
Can't hear him?
No. AVC in the man-to-man defense to start the game. Keeping that ball pressure on. Palomar loves to work from the perimeter. Very patient, a lot of cuts.
Well, the shot clock down to 1. Pasha loses his foot. Turnover gives it back. So no score early, 19-11. Peyton works around a Kemp screen. 3 from out front.
That's a good sign, Jeff, to see Antelope Valley early working those outside shots. That will open up the middle for them.
And Gregory Floyd, a leader offensively for this team coming into the season, getting off the schneid a little bit after just 7 points in game 2. Hits the 3, meanwhile Coleman misses the floater. And now the Marauders come back with a 3-0 lead. This is Nchukwu. Floyd guarded closely by Strong between the circles. Jones goes down low to Kemp, working on Myers. Kemp out of the double team. Long 3 for Jones, that's good.
One of the things Palomar's picked up on, Kemp really likes to work the baseline. He's not as comfortable working to the middle. So you saw the double team there, and it cost Palomar 3 points.
Myers quickly double teamed and the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with Palomar. Just underway here. It's Jones picking up the foul, his first, and the first on Antelope Valley. Coleman will bring it in. Peyton with the near steal, but the Comets will keep it. Still 19 on the shot clock.
Comets so patient, Jeff, as we saw last night. They really do a good job working the ball around. That will be the key to keep Antelope Valley off the offensive side.
Myers outside. Hands off to Pasha. Coleman directing traffic. It's a screen from Myers. Now has Kemp in a switch. Myers open down low, off the glass, won't go. Gets his own rebound, double pump, that won't go. Rebound pulled down by Nchukwu after Myers had a couple of point-blank looks. So the Comets still scoreless. Floyd from way downtown, that's off the front iron.
Floyd thought he was in the Staples Center coming off that staggered screen.
Beeler snaps a pass to the near side. Strong open for 3, back iron, no good. Myers corrals the long rebound. Now the Comets want to reset, but Strong can't find the handle. It'll be a backcourt violation. So the Comets having all kinds of struggles to start. And they're still scoreless with 17-10 remaining here in the first half. Let's take a quick break and rejoin you watching the VC We Play Hard tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Marauders have the basketball and a 6-0 lead. Just underway here. Third place game in the We Play Hard tournament. Demorie Jones with the floater, that'll go.
Jones so talented, Jeff, off the dribble. He split that double team there and got right in the lane with nice touch.
Jones coming off a 25-point performance last night, and he's already got 5 here. The Marauders threatening to run away early.
You have to, yeah, you have to wonder how Palomar's conditioning will hold up after the overtime game late last night with Orange Coast.
High archer from Coleman is no good. The rebound pulled down by Floyd, and it's all Antelope Valley. Peyton, they work it around to Floyd. Floyd checked by Coleman. Demorie Jones on the drive. The runner, rims no good. Myers yanks down the rebound.
Gotta love Myers battling inside. Does a tremendous job pivoting, passing out of pressure.
Pasha dancing on the dribble. Picked up by Kemp in a switch. Myers all alone, but they can't find him with the pass. The turnover will bring 5 new Comets into the game. Brewer gonna come in along with Sun. Corday Fairley, Jamario Harris, and Michael Chapman. So an entire new lineup for John O'Neill. As 3 minutes and 53 seconds in, they still don't have any points on the board.
No, Coach O'Neill's trying to bring in some fresh legs. As I mentioned, the guys from Palomar, the Comets, have got to be exhausted after that war with Orange Coast that went late into the evening hours here at the AEC.
Nichukwu in a crowd, lost the handle and on the end line, and will turn it back over.
Palomar just a step late on some of these rotations. I think they just need to get a couple shots to fall. The other issue is they're probably not used to the pressure Antelope Valley applies off of these ball screens if you watch closely.
Sun gives off to Harris. Not on the same page, but Brewer recovers after another near turnover for Palomar. Chapman trying to establish down low. Harris almost lost the handle. It's another backcourt violation. And the Comets continue to be completely discombobulated out here.
Comets run a lot of continuity offense, Jeff, a lot of pass, a lot of cut, a lot of screen away. Antelope Valley loves to disrupt that pressure.
So far doing a pretty good job of it. Peyton. Meanwhile, Nichukwu gets on the offensive glass, but we've got a whistle on the missed shot. Foul going to go against Palomar. Sampson's son commits the foul. That's his first. Peyton will bring it in, baseline right. Yet another change for Palomar. They've already gone 11 deep. Sean Hanlon checking into the game. Nichukwu off to Peyton in the corner, guarded by Brewer. Kemp holding in the high post. Double team comes, swings it across to Jones for 3. Demorie Jones with 8 early. It's an 11-0 lead. The Marauders are threatening to run away and high.
The Marauders, excellent ball movement on that last play.
Brewer wasn't expecting that pass.
No, he wasn't.
No fire from long range. That's short. Nichukwu has the rebound. Wants to run. Nichukwu fans it out to Demorie Jones. Heat check, no good. Rebound to Brewer. Brewer over the timeline. Kemp poked that one away, nearly had the steal. Pretty good hands for the big man.
Kemp very active, and that's a good point, Jeff. We talked about it last night. Kemp has good hands and feet. He's a little bit, he may be a step slow at times off dribble penetration, but aside from that, he does an excellent job defensively for John Taylor.
Whistle off the ball. Kemp with the foul. That's his first. Fairley trying to bring it in. Nichukwu has the steal. Nichukwu ahead to Jones. In from the left. Off the glass. Won't go. Tip no good. Rebound to Brewer. Brewer ahead to Chapman. Chapman lost the handle. It was knocked away. Palomar will keep it. 14-22. Remaining in the opening half. And another inbound pass stolen by Jones. Jones with a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Fans it out. Peyton for 3. Rimming no. Rebound to Chukwu battling. but Harris has it for Palomar.
Over the years, Antelope Valley has been so good on those corner threes in transition. Palomar's going to have to take that away.
Brewer has the runner partially blocked. It's out of bounds, but off of Palomar. 14:03 remaining, 11-0 Antelope Valley. And, you know, some of it is miscues here from Palomar. They've come out a little bit out of sorts offensively, but after a while, you got to start talking about the defense of Antelope Valley as well.
Antelope Valley, and I agree, defensively, that's where they get all their energy. They always set the tone on that end. Palomar's having a hard time getting anything going against this athletic and aggressive defense. Watch out now for the three-point shot in the corner.
Meanwhile, the starting five has returned for Antelope Valley. Marauders content to take some time off the clock. It's down to 6. And Nachukwu will fire, no good. Myers has the rebound. Pasha over the timeline. Some changes for Antelope Valley. Sirocco Ballings Jr. has checked in. And finally, Palomar is on the board off a good feed from Pasha to Coleman. So Coleman has a deuce. Demorie Jones fans it outside. Kemp faces up on Myers. This is Fallings Jr., kicks it outside. Jones for 3, won't go. Rebound pulled down. Another chance for the Marauders. The follow is up and good from Miles Watt.
That all started with Kemp down low, drawing the double team and getting the ball out of the trap. Excellent execution by the Marauders.
Coleman, meanwhile, hits again. Off another feed from Pasha, and it's 13-4. Nachukwu shakes and bakes and hits from 18. So Nachukwu, with the outside shot, pushes the lead back out to 11. Strong hooks a pass into Myers. Myers working on Kemp, turnaround hook is good. Matt Myers last night, 13 points, 5 rebounds in the loss to Orange Coast College. Also had a double-digit performance in the opener of this tournament, a victory over LA Valley. So Myers critical to the offense for Palomar, and he finally gets going. Fallings on the drive, comes up shooting from 12 feet, back iron, no good. Tapped out by Strong to Pasha. Pasha splits a double team, wants to run, fans it out. Coleman fakes the 3, drives in from the right, goes glass and lays it in. 15-8, Palomar seems to be starting to get their bearings offensively. The last few trips down, led by LaVale Coleman with 6. Shot from Nachukwu is short. Rebound corralled by Myers. Pasha lost the handle, but no call. Comets keep it. Strong keeps it alive and does off of Wise. Wise down, holding his face. It's hard to tell if that one caught him in the face. It looks like maybe it did. So Mize still down. I should say Miles Wise still down. Strong, good sportsmanship does come over to offer an apology on that one. So a couple of changes. Salachi coming on. Gabe Salachi in for Antelope Valley. So it's Salachi along with Fallings Jr. in the backcourt for Antelope Valley. Demorie Jones up front. As we have a timeout on the floor, 11:15 to go here in the first half. 15-8, Antelope Valley over Palomar here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Pasha has it inbounds. enter it down low to Myers. Myers, catch and shoot, feeds Beeler outside. Coleman on the drive, drops it to Beeler, who lays it in. So Beeler's hoop cuts the deficit to 5. Comets starting to make a little move.
They just had to come out of that hibernation. They're heating up.
Salachi with the runner, blocked by Myers. Myers ahead to Coleman. Coleman in one-on-one, goes to the left hand, he's fouled. He'll head to the line for a couple of free throws. Jalen Tinnen has checked in along with Jesse Burns, so it's really the second unit out here for Antelope Valley.
Yep. Palomar is a very patient team. They're going to hang around, and it just took them a little time to get warmed up, and you can look for this to kind of come down to the wire early. Antelope Valley's not going to blow them out if Palomar stays patient on the offensive end.
Yeah, you get the sense for Antelope Valley it couldn't be that easy, could it, as that first 6 minutes was?
Well, it was 11-0, but it's not like Antelope Valley scoring at will here. We've only got 25 points, and we're 10 minutes into the ball game.
Yep.
So if we're in Vegas, the under would be looking good right now on this one. A defensive struggle.
Coleman 1 out of 2 from the line. 15-11. Foulings around a Burns screen. Off to Salachi. They work it around. Plenty of time. Tinnen will shoot from 12. Rimming, no. Burns had his hands on it. It's out of bounds. It goes back to Palomar. So as you talk about, Antelope Valley not exactly on fire offensively, and if anything, they've cooled off a little bit after the start that got them to an 11-0 lead. Backdoor cut, Coleman with the layup.
Excellent execution there on the back cut, getting the layup.
15-13. Now the momentum squarely on the side of Palomar. And a foul off the ball, a moving screen. This is going to go against Burns. Jesse Burns with his first foul. 15-13. The Comets in white, working it from left to right. How long will John Taylor go before he thinks about bringing back some of his starters? Myers will try from 3 and drain it. Palomar has the lead. 16-4 run, and they lead it by 1. Payton and Kemp have returned, so Taylor has started to bring back some of that starting lineup. Tinnen, blocking foul. The shot won't go, but he will head to the line for a couple of free throws. Myers going to pick up the foul.
This Palomar defense is beginning to get a good beat on the tempo of Antelope Valley's offense. They're starting to make those rotations and stop the easy buckets.
Yeah, Tinnen had to work for that one. As he drove it hard to the baseline, almost got the high arcer to go. Just wondering if we can use that. Tinnen hits the first free throw. That is his first point. Ties it at 16. Second free throw, no good. Strong has the rebound. They get it over the timeline against the pressure. And now Palomar will look to set up. Coleman. They work it around to Pasha. Open, Coleman for 3. Back iron, no good. Myers tries to keep it alive and does to Beeler. Another opportunity for Palomar. They'll enter it into Myers, looking for Beeler, but Payton reading that pass well, getting a hand in there. It ends up going off of Palomar, so the turnover gives it back to Antelope Valley.
So the Marauders coming with the double team that time on Myers in the post. He's got to do a better job of seeing the defense and throwing that skip for the opposite 3.
Payton directing traffic. This is Farlings back to Payton, open from 17, and it rattles home. Julian Payton hits from outside, 18-16. Antelope Valley regains the lead. They break the press. Coleman with a 2-on-1. Swings it back outside. Pasha fakes. Off to Strong. They'll work it around, but Coleman can't quite handle the pass, and they'll have to reset the shot clock down to 11. Myers from outside missed everything, but Coleman on the glass can't get the follow to go. It's knocked out of bounds. Palomar going to keep it. Quick moving first half. Not a lot of fouls called.
Which is new to the community college game. But you know what? By the third day of the tournament, you'd like to think the guys adjust their D and stop fouling as much as they did on Thursday night.
Quick alley-oop to Beeler works to perfection, and it's tied at 18. Palomar wants a timeout. Let's see if it's a 30 or a full. Looks like a 30. So we'll keep it here. And Palomar came out, and we talked about they looked a little out of sorts offensively, and we speculated at the top that, listen, these are young men out there, no question, but third game in 3 days, and they were here late last night.
Right.
An overtime game in the final game. A little bit late getting back, and
right.
It certainly looked like they came out not fully ready to get things going.
And the schedule's pushed up again. We started at noon today in light of the VC football game tonight at 6, trying to get everybody out of the gym and able to see all the events.
Most of all me, as
That's right. We got to get over there. It's a triple header for you, Jeffrey.
That's true.
You got to rest that voice. You know, you got to get some ice on the vocal cords, and
we've done it before. I'll need some treatment between games.
You got to go see Annie, the trainer over there. She's ready for you.
I'm officially listed as probable for tonight.
Oh.
Highly probable.
Well, that's not good because I'm not planning on doing any play-by-play when the Pirates play.
Don't you know that probable always plays? Oh, I'm in there.
The one time in my fantasy team it didn't.
We all have a one time with our fantasy team. I agree. Whatever can go wrong.
You know who I played against last week?
Who was that?
Houston.
Oh, yeah.
The Texans. 2 guys scored about 80 points.
Floater from Fallings is good. 20-18. Antelope Valley back up a deuce.
I like this zone press from Antelope Valley, but Palomar handles it well.
Harris over the timeline, across to Pasha, thought about a 3. Instead enters it to Myers. Double team comes from Peyton. Coleman in the short corner. They work it across. Here's Coleman off a screen, baseline drive into the trees. Lost it on the way up, lost it on the way up again, but a foul called, and Coleman, for his hard work, I think is finally going to get to the line.
I would agree, but Coleman needs to see those double and triple teams and get the ball kicked out to the opposite side of the floor.
Yeah, he was challenging Tinnen and Kemp and couldn't get one up on the glass, but finally the contact brings a whistle. The foul ends up going on Angelo Solis, helping out. His second foul. 5th team foul against Antelope Valley here in the first half. 7:24 remaining. Coleman's free throw is good. Coleman with a big performance last night, 25 points and 7 rebounds in the loss to Orange Coast College. One more free throw coming. LaVale hits. He's got 11. Tied at 20.
A defensive struggle this is.
And you get the sense, if you're Palomar, that more than satisfied to get themselves back in the game, but you can't really afford a lull here and let Antelope Valley get away from you again.
That's all they want. If you're Coach O'Neill, you just want to hang around and have a chance to win in the fourth quarter against a team as talented as AVC, and Palomar is playing at the right pace. They want a low-scoring, knock-down, drag-out affair, and it's going perfectly right now.
Floyd returns for Antelope Valley, so it's Peyton with Jones, along with Floyd, Nachukwu, and Kemp. So the starting 5 back on for the Marauders.
Great
Kemp
D.
holding on Myers.
Great D from Palomar.
Finds Jones. Jones forces one up. Thought he had a foul coming, but no call. Coleman loses the handle on the outlet pass. It's a 3-on-2. Peyton fanning out. Open for 3. No good. Rebound battled. Kemp battling Coleman. And it's Kemp who picks up the foul over the back. So that's the second foul on Jamar Kemp. Palomar will work it the length of the court. Tied at 20. Pasha off to Harris.
Palomar so patient attacking that zone press. You can see the excellent spacing and ball movement. They're on their 6th pass of the possession.
Well, Antelope Valley has done a very good job against Jackson Strong holding the ball right here. Now Strong will fire off the back iron.
Yeah, not
long rebound to Nuchukwu. Strong can score points in bunches. A very dangerous shooter from outside, and so far today, he has just 2 points.
He can. I'm not a big fan of that 3 off the dribble against that double team, though. I would have liked to see him reverse that ball. But in general, he's an excellent scorer.
Floyd catches the side of the backboard with the baseline shot. Harris will try from the baseline. No good. Myers on the offensive glass. Up with the left hand, won't go. Tip won't go. Rebound, pulled down by Harris. Another opportunity. Strong through a double team, leaves it for Myers. Myers going to kick it back out. Now the Comets will reset. Shot clock at 19.
Antelope Valley doubling the post every time they get a chance. Here it is again.
Myers out of a double team, finds a cutting Harris, blocked by Nuchukwu. Jones wants to run, but he doesn't have numbers. Off to Floyd. Floyd scoops one off the bottom of the backboard, right to Strong.
That's the 2nd time Palomar is thrown out of a double team in the post and had an ending they didn't like in the lane. They've got to look for the opposite 3.
This one off the foot of Kemp. Burns going to come in and replace Jamar Kemp. Meanwhile, Chapman returns along with Matt Beeler.
See, now with Kemp out, look for them to attack Burns more in the elbow area if you're Palomar. Let's see if they do it.
Over to Harris, open for 3, short. Rebound, pulled down by Chapman. Another offensive rebound for Palomar. All of a sudden, the Comets really owning the offensive glass.
Absolutely. They are a scrappy team on the glass. Now they're into their 4-man motion.
Long 3 for Strong, rimming. No, another offensive rebound. It's Chapman. He goes to the floor, and they're going to call it a travel.
That's unfortunate. I felt like he was aided to the ground, Jeffrey. I could have gone with the foul there. Most adult men don't fall over by themselves.
Did he fall down of his own accord? They're going to argue that he simply lost his footing and went down, and they called the travel. Payton over the timeline, guarded closely by Brewer.
Great feet from Brewer.
Jones working on Harris, a baseline drive. The floater is good. DeMaurier Jones into double digits. He's got 10. Antelope Valley with a 2-point lead, and all of a sudden field goals are becoming somewhat of a rarity here, settling down into a defensive game as you talked about, Will.
Yep.
Strong. A baseline drive on Floyd, tries to step back. Brewer launches from 3, rimming, no good. Rebound pulled down by Floyd.
That's the shot that's open for Palomar, the opposite diagonal pass to the wing. They've got to start moving shooters opposite the basketball the way Antelope Valley loads up with the traps.
Nuchukwu off to Floyd. Now it's Antelope Valley who will slow it down. The shot clock down to 9. DeMaurier Jones with a little stutter step into the lane. Offensive foul.
See, I felt like Jones did a nice job hopping to avoid that contact. That's a tough call. It could go either way. The defensive player was in position, but I felt like Jones made a great effort there to hop and avoid pressure.
Meanwhile, keep an eye out on DeMaurier Jones. He's got 2 fouls, and he's going to stay in the game. Over on the far side, guarding Beeler.
Marauders into a 1-3-1 zone press.
And immediately it yields a turnover. Myers not on the same page with Brewer. Under 4 minutes to go here in the first half.
Right. That 1-3-1 zone, Jeff, that Coach Taylor did that to protect from foul trouble because going to that long zone D, great call.
Payton swings it across to Nuchukwu. And Palomar starts to extend their defense as well. Floyd working on Chapman.
This is a good move from Palomar. When Antelope Valley gets into this Princeton set.
Nuchukwu in and out on the 3. Strong with another rebound. Strong head up into the front court. Working on Floyd. Hooks it back to Myers. Myers simply back taps it. Palomar keeps it. Beeler wide open. No good. Rebound on the floor. It's off of Burns. Palomar keeps it again. Well, they've had a ton of second chance opportunities but I'm not sure how many second chance points Palomar has had as of yet.
Yes, they're rebounding, they're scrapping, they're doing what they need to do, but you got to knock down open shots.
And I think when you look at this type of situation as well, you can't like that if you're Antelope Valley, because eventually the shots are going to start falling.
Yeah.
You can't continue to give the second chance points, even if you can avoid trouble for a while.
Just ask Ventura the first night of the tournament, shooting about 20% from the field. You can play as hard as you want, but at some point you got to knock down shots.
Nchukwu. Floyd off a screen, fires from 3, in and out.
Boy,
Rebound off of Myers, battling his own man. So Antelope Valley gets a small gift, and they get the ball back.
Floyd's so effective off those double screens. Antelope Valley sets a ton of them. They get you moving one way on the baseline and double screen for shooters up top. Excellent action from Coach Taylor.
Nchukwu enters it to Payton down low. Turnaround shot won't go. Beeler high up for the board. Julian Payton working in the low post and looked pretty good on the turnaround.
Absolutely.
Couldn't get the shot to fall.
AVC always so solid down low.
Yeah, it didn't look too uncomfortable there.
No.
Brewer with Burns in a switch, scoops one up. It's no good, but a foul going to be called, and this should be free throws for Anthony Brewer.
I like Anthony Brewer attacking, and I think the Palomar needs to get him down the middle more often and try to free up the shooters, Jeff, because those threes are going to fall.
Brewer off the bench, played 28 minutes in the game against Orange Coast last night. So Pasha gets the start, but Brewer definitely splits time. And the free throw is good. So Brewer in the scorebook. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Nip and tuck battle. A fast start for Antelope Valley. But Palomar able to claw back, tie it up at 22. Payton now around to Floyd. This is Payton off a screen, starts a drive, kicks it out. Floyd comes up shooting from 17 feet, swish. Well, Floyd is highly recruited. He's a highly touted young player, and there's a little, gives you a little sense of why on a play like that. Meanwhile, this pass off of Fairley, out of play. A turnover by Palomar gives it back to Antelope Valley.
So impressive when Floyd and Antelope Valley get it going defensively.
Payton, meanwhile, hits the floor, coughs it up. Fairley in from the left, lays it in. So Payton, no foul call, ends up going down, loses the handle. And the turnover allows Palomar to tie it up once again. Payton, hands off in the weave. This is Miles Wise kicking it around to Floyd. Floyd guarded by Strong. Strong all over him. Shot clock at 12. Payton for 3. Fouled on the play. He's going to head to the line for free throws.
Seems like Antelope Valley's cranking it up now, trying to attack more. They were settling early, trying to get into the paint and take advantage. Try to get Palomar into a bonus, which they're not. Only 4 fouls. Palomar playing great D so far.
Yeah, Julian Payton with a strong performance yesterday. Mike talked about it at the top. 15 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals. Misses the free throw here. DeMaurier Jones in double digits for Antelope Valley early. And now the Marauders need someone else to step up and bring a little offense.
Yep.
Yesterday it was Payton. We'll see who it is today. 25-24. One more free throw coming.
Yep. Palomar needs a 3 to go before the half. They've got to open up the middle.
2 out of 3 for Julian Payton, 26-24. Pasha has returned. Coleman out of a trap. Strong. Skip pass. Coleman flicks it down low. Myers gets one up on the glass. No good. Beeler's follow won't go. Myers' follow won't go, and a foul called. Man, oh man.
Tough
Some
call.
point-blank looks.
Tough break there.
Just can't quite get one to go, but you sense that this is what you're going to get against Antelope Valley as well.
Yep. Got to knock them down. Antelope Valley's going to give you those opportunities. You've got to convert against that zone defense.
Yeah, there's so much length and athleticism. You can have them out of position, but they have a way of recovering, or at least making you think that they can recover, and that can get in your head a little bit. But, you know, Palomar, they can't say they haven't had some chances.
No question.
Meanwhile, they're taking a look at Matt Myers. I don't know if maybe, maybe a contusion here. Something they need to look at and get him dealt with before they can continue. 1:17 remaining in the first half. Antelope Valley up 26-24. Let's step aside briefly. Rejoin you. You're watching the VC We Play Hard tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. And we're ready. So Myers has to check out, and Fairley will replace him at the line. Jorge Fairley's free throw is good. And they'll take a look at Matt Myers. Fairley's got one more free throw coming. In the air and in the basket. 26 apiece. Floyd off to a cutting Wise. They kick it back out. Floyd will try from three. No good. Rebound on the floor. Wise in a crowd. Forces one up. Burns with the follow. That won't go. Burns will try again. No good, but he's hacked. And he'll head to the line for a couple of free throws. Well, now it's starting to be a little bit contagious, and it's impacting Antelope Valley. They had a couple of looks point blank and couldn't quite get it to go down.
No legs thus far.
So Jesse Burns will have a couple of free throws coming. Burns hits the first free throw. And Myers returning to the bench for Palomar. One more coming. And it's up and good. So Burns hits a couple of free throws. Antelope Valley noses out into the lead again. Nobody's had a lead of larger than 2 points in about the last 10 minutes. Another backdoor cut from Coleman, and it works again.
That's the movement off the ball, Jeff, so important from Palomar.
Coleman up to 13 to lead all scorers. Nachukwu working on Beeler. Spins baseline. And he traveled.
Really
Myers
nice.
with the help. And Nachukwu trying to spin back the other way. Instead took steps.
How about the Comets with a chance to go into the half with the last shot and potentially with a lead, as we are tied at 28.
Yeah, just about a 3-second difference. But the Comets can really run it down here.
And they will.
And take their chances. Yeah, you would have to expect. Based on what we've seen so far. Pasha hounded by Peyton. Continues to pound the dribble down to 12. Coleman around the screen, into the lane. Flicks a pass to Myers in a crowd. The double pump won't go, but Myers is fouled. And he's going to go to the line for 2 shots with an opportunity to give Palomar the lead. 6.9 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Really nice job there. The key now for Palomar after these free throws is that containment defense. You know Antelope Valley, they're going one direction, and it's probably a dribble drive all the way.
Myers rattles the first one home. Myers was 6 in the game. DeMaurier Jones returns for Antelope Valley. 6.9 seconds, that's plenty of time to get it across and get a shot up. Myers' second free throw is good. 30-28. Palomar showing pressure. Peyton tries to split the double team. Down he goes, but a whistle comes in.
Foul to give.
Yeah,
Great
Palomar
job.
with a foul to give.
So smart there. You slow the whole momentum down, and now you get them on a side out of bounds. So much easier, Jeffrey, to contain than that downhill play.
4.2 seconds. Wise brings it in. Peyton, 2 seconds. He'll try from half court. No good. And we will head to halftime, 30-28. Palomar back from an 11-point deficit. They lead it by 2 at the break. You are watching the VC We Play Hard tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
And remember, everybody, if you have friends and family that couldn't make it to tonight's game, be sure to let them know that they can catch all of the action on our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com, or on our YouTube channel. That's SoCal College Sports 1. And be sure to reach out to us, whether or not you want to give us a shout-out or just props to a player. You can always reach out to us on our Twitter at SoCal College SPO. That's S-P-O.
Second half set to get underway. From Ventura College, the VC We Play Hard tournament. Third place game here, Palomar, Antelope Valley College. And Palomar with the 2-point lead. They'll have it first to start the second half. Coleman picked up by Kemp in a switch, tries to enter it to Myers, tapped outside. Palomar forced to reset. Beeler around a Strong screen, tries to leave it for Strong. Over on the far side, they're going to say it's out of bounds off of Floyd. Still 13 on the shot clock. Well, you have to like the adjustments that Palomar's made after a very slow start.
Yep.
And we'll see here in the first few minutes of the second half what adjustments come out of the locker room. Strong from way downtown, rims high, no good. Rebound pulled down by Antelope Valley. They want to run. Payton in from the right, tries to feed Nachukwu, but it's knocked away and stolen. Coleman, 2-on-3, ahead to Strong. Foul called. It's going to go against Kemp, and that's number 3 on Kemp. So Strong able to shield him off with the body and get to the line for free throws. Strong, 10 of 15 from three-point range. In the opening win against LA Valley, ended with 31 points to lead all scores, but he cooled off a little bit against Orange Coast, going just 2 of 10 last night, ending with 18 points.
Hopefully he warms up here for the Comets.
Hits a couple of free throws. First 2 points of the game for Jackson Strong, so certainly a feather in the cap of sorts for Antelope Valley that they've held him at bay, particularly from long range so far here today, but they still trail it by 4. Payton works it around to Floyd. Floyd faces up on Strong. Starts a drive, puts up the leaner, won't go, off the back iron. Myers pulls down the rebound. Beeler in from the left, down low to Coleman. Coleman working on Jones. Fans it out, Myers can't find the handle. Instead gets it out to Pasha.
Good call from Palomar, resetting now into a high-low. Trying to work the mismatch down low, and there's the foul. Great job from Palomar exposing that matchup.
Off the ball.
Matt Beeler was posted up down there.
Payton's second foul. It's going to be a tough assignment for Julian. Working on Beeler, and now he'll switch back. He doesn't have it a whole lot easier. Right now they've got Julian Payton on Jackson Strong. Quick entry pass, Myers lays it in. 6 in a row for Palomar. And now they have the lead 34-28.
Wouldn't expect Antelope Valley to have size issues down low, but the defense is not working real well. Now they're into this Princeton offense, the 2-guard front. Palomar really tightening up inside.
Payton runs into his own man, meanwhile.
Exactly.
Lucky to hold on to the ball. Shot clock down to 8. Right. Floyd going to have to get something going.
Look how tight the
Working
Palomar.
around the screen, picked up by Myers. Forces one up from 17, missed everything. Great defensive set from Palomar. Antelope Valley all of a sudden having all kinds of trouble getting something going offensively.
All 5 Palomar defenders are focused in on Floyd when he has the ball in an ISO situation, and we have a timeout from Coach Taylor.
Yeah, John Taylor wants to talk it over. 17:59 to go in the ball game. Palomar with the largest lead for either team. Or I should say their largest lead at 6, 34-28. Antelope Valley off a full timeout.
See where Coach Taylor goes here into the, looks like a zone press. Probably a smart move. They're going to have to ratchet up the pressure because the Marauder offense is sputtering. They're going to rely on their defense to create offense.
Yeah, it does seem early on like that's when they're at their most effective, creating break opportunities off of turnovers, and it looks like Coach Sean Taylor is going to try and get that going here.
Yeah,
Pasha in the backcourt, and the turnover immediate as Pasha unable to get over the timeline. The Marauders will get it back.
Yeah, in past years, Jeff, the Marauders have executed better in the half-court set than we've seen today. So like you said, they are relying more on their defense. And do a 4-out alignment again.
DeMaurier Jones got off to a torrid start and does lead the Marauders in points, but he's quieted down here in the latter stages of that first half. From the corner, Peyton no good. Coleman tracks down the long carom. Tries to split a double team, loses the handle, has it on the floor, and now he's just going to cover up and will have a jump ball. The possession arrow will favor Antelope Valley, so they will get it back.
A little bit of over-dribbling there.
Yeah, he was able to manage to get himself around Jamar Kemp and couldn't quite keep his footing after that.
It's a long way to go. Kemp is a big, strong man.
Yeah.
With good hands.
So they'll do a little work on the floor here. And we'll be ready to go. That was Jackson Strong doing that. Right. What I'm saying is, that's a way to fill up a stat sheet.
You got it.
Points, rebounds, assists, floor maintenance.
Yeah, got it all.
He does it all out there. Floyd at the top of the key. Out to Jones. He'll try for 3, rimming no good. Rebound tapped around. Strong taps it outside. And now Myers and Pasha battling each other. And they lose it out of bounds. Antelope Valley with a gift. And they'll get it back here. Get another opportunity trying to get off this 28-point mark where they've been for several minutes. Floyd, a drive on Strong. Puts up the runner. Rims in. So Floyd gets the Marauders off the schneid of sorts.
Yep.
And back within 4.
But look at Palomar taking the air out of the ball, stepping out the big man for a 3.
Myers, high arcer, no good. Rebound on the floor, and the Chukwu's got it for Antelope Valley. Payton in on Pasha. Circles right, drops it for Nchukwu. They'll work it around. Kemp off to Floyd. Floyd dancing on the dribble. Gives to Payton. Shot clock down to 11. Kemp working on Myers. Spins baseline. Back out to Payton. Got to hurry. 3 on the shot clock. Nchukwu pops from 18. No good. Strong's got the rebound. And among the other things that Palomar's really done well as we moved on here is it's been one and done for Antelope Valley. Not a whole lot of second chance opportunities. Coleman open for 3. Swish.
That's the first time that they've gone to the throwback after the screen and roll. They got the big man rolling down, and Coleman was able to sneak in behind the coverage for an open 3.
Coleman up to 16 in the game. 7-point lead. DeMaurier Jones tries to answer and does.
Great action there from Antelope Valley. A double screen to free him up.
13 for DeMaurier Jones.
Now zone D here from Antelope Valley, back to the man-to-man.
Myers steps in, fires from 17, short. Rebound pulled down by Payton. Payton over the timeline, finds Jones, off to Floyd in the corner for 3.
Great ball movement there from Antelope Valley.
6 unanswered for Antelope Valley. They're back within 1. A foul on Antelope Valley, meanwhile, on Floyd, just his first. Floyd's 10 points here tonight, approaching his high in the tournament. He did have 12 in the victory on Thursday against Pasadena, but it's a welcome sight for Antelope Valley fans to see Eric Floyd finding his range offensively. Hitting a couple of 3s here in this one. And he's got the Marauders back within 1. Myers with good position down low, but it's tapped away by Burns. but Palomar keeps it strong. Might have had that one partially blocked. DeMaurier Jones has the rebound, loses the handle. Now Myers battling Floyd for it. It's out of bounds on the near side and over to Palomar. Jones just lost the dribble, and Myers was in the right spot at the right time, ends up getting that one off of Floyd.
Inexplicably, just a little sloppy right now.
So Palomar with a chance to extend on the 1-point lead. Strong, cut off by Floyd.
Palomar so patient, working the ball side to side. There's a foul off the ball.
This is Floyd and Strong battling here in the near corner, and it's going to go against Eric Floyd.
No need to have your hand in the cookie jar 40 feet away from the ball.
Correct, that's Gregory Floyd. I'll make sure I get the name right. So Floyd picks up his second foul, and he's going to check out of the game. Now, he was a little hot after the call battling Jackson Strong, so they'll let him cool off a little bit and bring in Angelo Solis. Corday Fairley set to bring it in and does to Jamario Harris. Plenty of time on the shot clock, down to 15 here. Beeler holding, skip pass over to Brewer.
So patient.
Beeler, long three. Off the front iron, Burns has the rebound for Antelope Valley. And a moment ago, it was a 7-point lead for Palomar, and now Antelope Valley looking for the lead themselves. Nachukwu, a drive on Beeler. Drop step, goes glass, no good. Burns on the offensive glass, tries to feed Nachukwu. It's knocked away. There's a scrum for the ball. Solis and Myers down on the floor battling. Is this going to be a jump ball? No signal yet. It is a jump ball, and it will go back to Palomar with 13:58 remaining in the ball game. Strong at the scorer's table. He's going to come back. He'll replace Beeler. Full court pressure from Antelope Valley, and they break it as they get it to Myers. Myers in from the right, now kicks it back outside. They find Strong wide open for three, no good. Rebound back tap, but Brewer's there for Palomar.
Boy, the Comets have been good on the offensive glass today.
Myers working on Burns. Turnaround hook, too strong. Rebound, fought for, on the ground. Payton had it, now Brewer tries to dig it out. Another scrum, it's out of bounds on the far side. And it's going to stay with Palomar. So a third chance here on this possession for Palomar in a 1-point game. Well, it's an interesting game here, Will. The teams are shooting better from about 20 feet away than they are from 2 feet away.
That's right. There must be
in this matchup.
A layup issue.
The offense is really coming from the long-range shots, and both teams being successful in getting some pretty good looks close to the basket. And it's like there's a cover on it. Can't seem to get one to go down. 13:25 remaining, and the Comets with a fresh shot clock will go to work. Okay, they're going to clean up the floor a little bit. And now we are ready. Brewer angles over the timeline. Picks it up at the elbow, finds Myers, good feed, blocked from behind by Jones, but a foul called. 5th team foul for Antelope Valley. No team fouls for Palomar here so far in the second half. So that's an emerging story. Also, DeMaurier Jones with his 3rd foul. So Jones, the leading scorer, inching into foul trouble. Myers free throw in and out. One more coming. Myers has been rock steady. 14 in the opening game of the tournament, 13 last night. And with that free throw, he's up to 10 here tonight. 38-36. Comets with the 2-point lead. Solis off to Nchukwu. Fairley goes down, and Nchukwu hits from 3. Nchukwu, right spot, right time as Corday Fairley loses his footing, and all of a sudden Nchukwu finds himself open, settles and hits.
What a battle this is shaping up to.
39-38, Antelope Valley with the lead. Brewer around the screen, loses his footing again. Solis with the ball for Antelope Valley, and that's right where they were working on the floor a little bit. It looked like Brewer ran into a wet spot. Marauders have the turnover. Jones swings it around. They get it down low to Burns. Burns spins into the lane, forces one up, no good. Jones high up for the rebound, can't get the follow to go, but he's fouled. DeMaurier Jones going to have a couple of free throws coming.
Antelope Valley is really making an effort to pound that ball inside. They must continue to do that. 12 minutes to go. Palomar only 1 team foul, so that probably meant that Coach Taylor felt his guys are settling a little too much, trying to put a greater emphasis on attacking.
Jones with 13 in the game leads Antelope Valley. Gregory Floyd has 10. Those are the 2 Marauders in double figures so far today. That free throw is good for DeMaurier Jones. Jones has gone for 20+ in each of the first 2 games, 21 on Thursday in the victory, and then 25 yesterday in the loss to Riverside. A couple of free throws here. He's up to 15 in the game, and it's 41-38. This is an 11-1 run for Antelope Valley to take a 3-point lead. Harris off to Brewer. Strong open for 3. That's good.
There you go. That's a good sign for the Comets. If Strong can heat up, that might be the difference.
First 3 today for Strong, who's got 5 in the game, and we're tied at 41.
Good switch from Strong there to take away that screen.
Jones, checked by Harris, goes to Nchukwu. They try to enter it to Burns. He wards off his man and lays it in. Great job by Jesse Burns.
Good.
Not an easy pass to handle, Will, and good hands from the big man.
Good feet, good position down low. This is where Burns has a little trouble getting out on those pick and rolls.
Harris steps up and hits from long range. That's a 3. So back-to-back triples, and Palomar now has a 1-point lead.
See if they get Burns back down low. They need to work him down inside.
Solis off to Nchukwu. He'll try from long range. That's good. Hot shooting on both sides now. O.C. Nchukwu has hit a couple of 3s here in short order. Antelope Valley has a 2-point lead.
Burns set a phenomenal down screen.
Harris, that's an offensive foul. He's warding off Nchukwu with the off arm. The turnover gives it back to Antelope Valley. Second foul on Harris. Antelope Valley will bring it in at 3/4 court. They have the 2-point lead in the ball. Burns, Nchukwu, and Solis, along with DeMaurier Jones and Julian Payton on the floor right now for Antelope Valley. Solis on the wing, off to Jones. Angles right, comes up shooting, whistle comes in, another foul. This is going to go against Beeler. Beeler trying to get his hands straight up and back away, but Jones able to get the contact and get himself to the line. Jones free throw up and rattles in. Boy, just when you think one team here might be stepping out to an advantage, back comes the other side.
You got that right.
This is a lengthy run for Antelope Valley after trailing by 7. They've come back and now lead it by 3. It's a 17-7 run. Coleman, interior feed to Chapman, and he goes up and he's hammered. Great feed from Coleman. And Chapman going to get a couple of free throws here. Solis with his third foul, and Chapman, the freshman from El Camino High School, heads to the line. He'll have a couple of free throws here. 6th team foul on Antelope Valley, so Palomar will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. That one in and out. Chapman's second free throw is good. Matt Myers checking back into the game. So it's Myers with Coleman and Strong, Beeler and Pasha. So the starting 5 back on for Palomar. Nachukwu off to Jones. Down low to Burns. Burns lays it in. Good feed from Jones. Good finish from Burns. Jesse Burns with 4 points here in the second half, and it's a 3-point game. Myers starts to drive on Burns, goes glass, won't go. Burns snaps down the rebound. Payton into the front court. A little crossover. Can't get the layup to go, but a foul called. It's a good little move from Julian Payton. Gave a little fake like he was going to fan that pass out, and instead saw the lane open up. Draws the foul on Matt Beeler. And Payton with a couple of free throws coming in. Antelope Valley up 4. Soft touch on the first free throw. Jalen Tinnen checks in, so it's a big lineup on the floor. Jones now in the backcourt. DeMaurier Jones with Julian Payton, and then up front, it's Nachukwu, Jalen Tinnen, and Jesse Burns. 51-45, pressure from the Marauders. Beeler in from the right, around Burns, layup is good. Good recognition from Beeler after they beat the press. It's a good feed out of a trap from Jackson Strong. 51-47. Tinnen holding wide left. Off to Nachukwu. Payton enters down to Burns, back out to Jones. Open 3, good. DeMaurier Jones. That's terrific ball movement, Will.
Yeah, and he came off a nice down screen there. The Marauders really starting to execute well.
Yeah, Burns with a terrific feed out of the post. Myers, good hands. Lays it in, 54-49. Palomar still within 5. Plenty of time, 9:25 remaining in the ball game. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching the VC We Play Hard tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
30-second timeout.
VC We Play Hard tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. 54-49. Antelope Valley with a 5-point lead in the second half against Palomar. Backdoor cut. Tinnen gathers himself, misses the layup. Rebound on the floor. Nachukwu has it, but whistles come in. This is going to work against Antelope Valley. A push off on O.C. Nachukwu. And with Antelope Valley in the penalty, this will be free throws on the other side. Strong with a 1-and-1. And free throw is good. Strong's now 8 of 9 from the line so far on the weekend. Make it 9 out of 10. Palomar back within 3. Payton. It's an off to Wise. Nachukwu over to Jones. They find Payton right of the key, and this is going to be a travel.
Yes.
Julian Payton drags the pivot foot.
Yes, he did. Good point there.
Palomar didn't score for the first 6 minutes of the game, trailing 11-0 before coming back in the first half. Strong, able to corral that pass in the corner, enters it into Myers, looking for Beeler on the cut. Double pump from Beeler, no good, but a foul called, and Beeler going to have a couple of free throws coming. Burns, who's given Antelope Valley a nice lift here in the second half, picks up his 4th foul. And Jamar Kemp pops up off the bench. He'll return for Antelope Valley along with Gregory Floyd.
Yep. One possession game. Palomar's got all the time in the world, 8:42 left. They've just got to continue scoring. They cannot have another drought against the Marauders.
Beeler hits the first free throw. He's got one more coming. He's 9 of 15 from the line so far in the tournament. And that one is good. So Palomar chipping away at this lead largely from the line. They trailed it by 7. Now they've got it down to a 1-point deficit. Jones checked by Coleman. Off of Floyd, but he's able to get back and retrieve it. Shot clock at 14. We got a whistle off the ball. It's going to go against Antelope Valley and turn it back over.
Palomar within 1. Let's see where they go offensively. I like some of that movement where they reverse the ball and get cutters moving to the basket.
Pasha directing traffic. Backdoor cut again. Coleman lays it in. That's the 3rd time that I can recall they have run what looks to me exactly the same play, and it has worked every single time.
Antelope Valley sometimes gets caught what you call ball hawking when you don't watch your man and the ball, and that's what happens.
Coleman now has 18 in the game. Floyd finds Jones for 3. That's good. DeMaurier Jones on fire from long range. He's got 22. And just as soon as Palomar grabs the lead, the Marauders grab it right back as Jones hits from downtown. 7:53 to go in the game. We've got a good one here in the VC We Play Hard tournament from Ventura College. Jeff Stoynoff, Will Cowan with you here from Ventura College for the VC We Play Hard tournament in Antelope Valley and Palomar. And a busy day for you, Will, here, athletic director at Ventura College. I'm sure they're all busy, but this one's got to rank up there on busiest days of the year. When
we have 11 basketball games backed up with a championship football game, it's a quite busy day, but never too busy to visit the crew here in the booth.
And happy to have you. 57-55. Palomar trailing by 2. Coleman circles right, comes up shooting from 16, barely caught iron, but Myers has the offensive rebound. He's fouled by Kemp, and if that's on Kemp, that's number 4 on Kemp. So Burns and Kemp both with 4 fouls.
Smart from Palomar. They get into a side pick and roll there on the left wing to try to draw that foul against the Marauder bigs. Very, very good use of the timeout. Changing it up a little from the previous action that was more, as you pointed out, backdoor oriented. Now they get them going to the ball screen.
Myers readies himself at the line. And free throw is good. That's also the 10th team foul on Antelope Valley College, so it's double bonus now for Palomar the rest of the way. Meanwhile, the Comets have just 4 team fouls, so they've still got a couple to give. Myers hits both free throws, tied at 57. Well, Antelope Valley has been in pretty much nothing but close games so far this weekend.
Right.
They survived a 1-point win against Pasadena.
Right. The big thing for AVC is they do struggle a bit, like you see here. They get a little bogged down offensively, and that's the difference from years past, why they are having more trouble than they're used to. There's the big fella Burns inside, kicks out.
Passes out of a triple team, but Jones short on the long ball. Meanwhile, Kemp has the steal, goes glass, can't get it to go, but he's fouled hard, and he's going to have a couple of free throws coming. Well, there you get a nice little scouting report on Jamar Kemp in short order. Good passer, passes out of the triple team on the previous possession, able to get the open look for Jones. He couldn't knock it down, but then after the ensuing rebound, the fast hands, and he's able to knock that ball away, get the steal, and get himself to the line. So get our introduction to Jamar Kemp and
there it is.
See what he can do, and now he'll head to the line for a couple of free throws.
Facts.
First free throw is good. First point tonight for Jamar Kemp.
Got to block out here if you're Palomar, making sure you secure the rebound.
Kemp averaging 6 points and 5 rebounds so far in the tournament. And that one's strong, and Myers with the solid box out has the rebound. But Antelope Valley with the 1-point lead.
See if they don't go back to a screen and roll. Yes, here it comes. Watch this. Trying to draw a foul here on Kemp.
They get the switch. Instead, it's Payton on Myers. And Coleman ends up with it on the wing. Jump stop in the lane, hangs in the air, no good. Rebound to Beeler. He'll kick it back out. And again, seeing Myers come up for the high screen. Pasha. Skip pass out to Strong. High arcer from 3, back iron, no good. Long rebound. Kemp tips it in the air. There's a battle on the far side for the ball. What's the call? They're going to say, I believe, that Kemp was pushed. Or Kemp did the pushing.
Tough break there for Palomar.
No, it's on Myers. Okay, so Myers with a little push, and that's significant potentially as he's got 4 fouls. So Matt Myers heads to the bench, and now Palomar will have to get a little bit smaller on the floor, trailing by a point, 58-57. It's Strong along with Chapman and Beeler up front with Coleman and Pasha in the backcourt.
6.5 to play.
They try to run Jones off a baseline screen. Coleman still with him. Payton between the circles. Off to Follings. Tries to kick it outside. Finds Jones. In and out on the 3. Chapman rips off the rebound. Ripping it away from Kemp. Now Pasha will direct traffic. And off to Beeler. Under 6 minutes to go.
Marauders packing in the defense now, trying to really guard that paint.
No Myers on the floor, but they still have Coleman and Strong really to lead this offense. Pasha picked up by Floyd in a switch. Swings it across. They get it out to Strong from 23 feet. In and out. Rebound to Coleman. Coleman in a crowd. Gets one up. And the foul.
That's a huge play there from Coleman. And he kept the ball high, Jeff. That was a key there to draw the foul and not be stripped.
Okay, I thought it was Coleman, but it looks like it's Chapman that's going to head to the line. Either way, it's a big hoop for Palomar. And a free throw coming, and that's good. Completes the 3-point play. Osi Nachukwu returns, replacing Follings. Palomar back in the lead by 2. Payton off to Floyd. DeMaurier Jones finds Payton on the baseline, lost the handle on the way up, and they're going to say this is off of Payton. So the turnover gives it back to Palomar. Anthony Brewer is checked in for Palomar. So Brewer, along with Coleman, out there with Strong, Beeler, and Chatton. Coleman nearly lost the handle. The hard double team comes, but he gets it away to Beeler. Beeler off to Brewer. And Will, I have the sense that it's not so much that all the points come from Myers, but that the offense really runs through Matt Myers. They seem a little bit out of sorts offensively with Myers on the bench.
They do, and Coach Taylor, when he is in there, has done a nice job keeping the ball out of his hands. Palomar clinging to a 2-point lead here.
Well, in this matchup, who's not clinging to a lead so far? I think Floyd snaps one down low to Payton. Double teamed on the baseline, gets it out to Floyd. Nachukwu at the top, fakes, drives, lays it up and in.
He's so long and athletic. What a tremendous shot fake by Nachukwu and the dribble drive.
Brewer, meanwhile, gets hit in the mouth here, and it's Payton trying to reach in and pop that one out, who's going to pick up the foul. Silly. And that's important because we're talking about the penalty here for Antelope Valley. So this is 2 free throws for Brewer, who's 90 feet away from the basket when he's fouled there. And it's the 4th foul as well on Julian Payton.
Silly foul from Payton on many levels. Hopefully he can learn from that, correct it early in the season still.
Brewer hits the first free throw. One more coming. Palomar back in the lead. That one's off the back iron. And it's a lane violation on Nachukwu. So another opportunity for Brewer in a matchup where 1 point might yet spell the difference. Every call becomes so large.
No question.
And Brewer converts. 62-60.
Now Palomar extending their defense. This is a risky move here. Look at the pressure.
Payton off to Floyd. Floyd drives in from the left, lost the handle, tipped away and stolen. Beeler's got it.
Floyd trying to do too much, maybe to pressure. Maybe Coach O'Neill knows something we don't.
And this should be a backcourt violation, and it is.
Oh, geez.
Beeler trying to hand off to Brewer. And instead, the pass squirts away, and Antelope Valley gets a turnover, and they'll get it back. Floyd moves left, fires from 3, in and out. Rebound pulled down by Chapman. That was halfway down for Gregory Floyd. Palomar maintains the 2-point lead. Coleman catch and shoot short. Rebound to Nachukwu. Nachukwu, a drive on Beeler, tries to lay it up. It was off the bottom of the board, but a blocking call. Going to go against Palomar. That was on Coleman. That is the 7th team foul on Palomar, so now both teams shooting free throws the rest of the way. This should be 2 free throws for Nachukwu, with Antelope Valley trailing by 2 with 3:31 remaining.
Nachukwu is so impressive today. He is athletic, he is talented, and he does it all. He has not fouled yet. It shows how well he moves his feet.
10 points, make it 11 for Osi Nachukwu.
I like this. Palomar going big now, trying to work the ball inside.
Nachukwu coming off a game against Riverside where he had just 7 points and 2 rebounds. Tigers did a pretty good job of dealing with him, but he's been more of a force today, up to 12 points in the game. We're tied at 62. Myers has returned for Palomar. He's trapped on the far side, but finds Pasha. And with 17 on the shot clock, we got a timeout on the floor. Palomar takes the timeout. It's a full timeout. We will step aside in a tie ball game. 3:17 remaining in the VC We Play Hard tournament on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Well, Will, we speculated at the top that given the lateness of the hour last night in the overtime game, the tough game against Orange Coast and the quick turnaround, that perhaps fatigue would be a factor, but Palomar holding up pretty well so far, but this is where we might see it, a tie ball game here, 3:17 left. And how are the legs?
Yeah, the
for
question
the Comets
is,
down the stretch?
Yep, where do they go here on offense? They're going right into the pick and roll and the
backdoor
back
cut from Strong, goes Glass, lays it in.
4 times, Jeffrey, we've seen that back cut on the wing.
Yeah, they tried it on a different side this time with Jackson Strong, but with similar effect. 64-62. Jamar Kemp playing with 4 fouls. Tries to enter it down low to Jones. Jones spins baseline, hangs in the air. The double pump is good.
What a nice spin move out of the mid-post area from Jones.
24 points for DeMaurier Jones. Back to a tie game at 64. Coleman circles around, finds Strong from way downtown. Jackson Strong.
So that time they run a misdirection. Coleman on the dribble weave and a double screen for Strong opposite.
12
really well
points
done
for Jackson Strong, and you have to respect that. Great feed from Nachukwu, left-handed layup for Jamar Kemp. 1-point game. It seems like the surest way that one of these teams will hit a shot is if the other team just hit one.
Right. Uh-oh.
Beeler loses the handle. Nachukwu chases it. It's out of play. It looks like it's going to stay with Palomar, and it will.
Foul off the ball.
Off the ball.
We're going double bonus here.
Yeah, it's on Gregory Floyd. That'll send Strong, a very good free throw shooter, to the line for 2 free throws.
Floyd's 4th. That could be huge also, although Floyd has struggled as late offensively, but still a tremendous talent.
Strong asserting himself just when you would expect one of the leaders on the team to do it down the stretch here. He's been pretty quiet, but now he's up to 13 in the game. He didn't have a point in the first half.
He's heating up. He just knows how to play. That's what I like the most about it. He doesn't force much. He just lets the game come to him. And now the key here for Palomar, 3-point lead, is to try not to foul. Keep that clock running. There's
Floyd,
that double.
Off to Nachukwu. Fakes, drives, goes Glass.
He's so talented, Nachukwu again. Now this time left hand. Oh, the double team.
14 points. Nachukwu pokes it away. Payton trying to dig it out. Pasha battling. Jump ball called. The possession arrow belongs to Antelope Valley.
That's 2 nights in a row. Palomar has gotten trapped, a run and jump right at half court in the final minutes, and they have not reacted well to it. Great call from Coach Taylor going to the run and jump. They haven't done it in a while.
1:45 to go. Timeout on the floor. Now it is John Taylor that wants to talk it over. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside. 69-68 Palomar on top of Antelope Valley in the VC We Play Hard tournament, brought to you by the James Ennis Foundation. Antelope Valley with the ball, 1:45 remaining. Let's set the situation. Palomar is in the double bonus, so they have 2 free throws coming on any foul. Meanwhile, it's 1-1 for Antelope Valley on a foul by Palomar. Possession arrow favors Palomar, and a whistle off the ball as DeMaurier Jones goes down. Coleman's going to pick up the foul.
That's a tough call, trying to defend that screen.
It's a 1-1 situation. So Jones will head to the line. He's got 24 points tonight. And I thought it was on Coleman, who was in the area, but the news is worse for Palomar. It's on Matt Myers, and that's number 5.
Myers got hung up in the screen, a little too much contact there, trying to bump. That's a tough call. The big thing here for Palomar is going to be their press offense in this next possession.
DeMaurier Jones, front end of the 1-1, and he missed it.
No press from Antelope Valley. This shocks me.
It's one of the first things that's gone wrong for DeMaurier Jones in this half, in this whole game. Meanwhile, Michael Chapman replaces Myers, and Chapman has done good work off the bench. Beeler holding on the wing. Off to Coleman. Checked by Nachukwu. Coleman gets it back. Baseline drive. Hangs in the air. Lays it up and in.
Antelope Valley got caught on the high side, and Coleman took advantage. He worked his way down to the baseline.
Coleman's got 20. Jones with the double pump. That won't go. Gets his own rebound in a crowd. Can't get the follow. Rebound pulled down by Chapman.
Oh, nearly a foul there from AVC.
Under a minute to go. Palomar with the 3-point lead in the ball. Payton playing with 4 fouls. He's defending Pasha very closely.
Pasha's doing a good job. He's got to get off the ball now. Pass out of pressure, draws the foul.
And finally, Payton gets the foul.
Well,
it's his 5th.
Well, Payton bumped him 7 times. It's about time he got the foul.
So Payton fouls out with 43.9 remaining.
What a stretch by Coleman, though. He gets the baseline drive, scores, a stop defensively without fouling, and that really saved the day for the Comets.
And now Pasha's going to head to the line for a couple of free throws after Payton committed the foul. Just under 44 seconds remaining in the game, and Palomar with a chance here to make it a 2-possession game. Well, it was interesting. We talked in the Ventura game about the ability that Jacob Alonso has to bait taller guys into fouling him, the way he positions his body on the dribble and encourages that longer player to try and reach in and poke it away, but he knows the way that he's positioned, he can get the foul call. And it looked like Pasha did kind of a similar thing there, keeping a low dribble and more or less bringing Payton to him until Payton finally bodied him too much and got the foul.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Pasha with his first point, and it's a big one.
Yep.
Hits both free throws
5-point game.
Calmly, and Palomar now up by 5. Antelope Valley needs to make something happen in a hurry. Miles Wise has checked in, works around to Kemp's screen, off to Nachukwu. They get it to Jones. Jones checked by Coleman. Starts a drive into the lane. Blocking call on Pacha. Just his first. Are they going to call it a shooting foul? Big free throws coming here for DeMaurier Jones, especially if it's a 1-and-1. I'm not sure yet. Okay, they're going to say it was on the shot, so this is 2 shots. Well, now Rick Ruffinelli, the PA announcer, says it's 1-and-1, so the officials huddle up. It looked like Pacha went down before Jones could really get a shot up on the glass. I thought it might be a 1-and-1. Jones readies the free throw, and he hits it. Well, for the record, it was a 1-and-1, but it doesn't matter as Jones hits the first free throw. He's got one more coming. 31.7. So you got to expect here that Palomar, I think you got to be content here if you could take 30 seconds off the clock and not even take a shot. Well,
you got to foul. There's not enough differential if you're Antelope Valley. You're gonna press, and if the ball gets to half court, you got to foul around 20.
31.7. Here is the press.
Oh no! And see, the bad part about that is Palomar runs the home run play, shows it, and Antelope Valley calls timeout. That's just like icing the kicker on a field goal.
Yeah.
You could see Coach O'Neill is ticked off because he showed his play.
Well, it could be worse. They could run that play through, end up with a dunk, and then we find out that they'd already called a timeout preemptively and therefore disregard everything you saw.
It clearly was about to be a dunk for Coleman. Now, that being said, let's see what Coach O'Neill comes up with here. I'm sure he's got something else in the cookie jar. I'm not sure up 3 you need the home run. You really probably are content to get one of your better shooters, free throw shooters, fouled up 3.
Your primary ball handler, Pacha, just looked very comfortable at the line.
Right.
Mark Pacha knocking down a couple of free throws. And obviously Jackson Strong, another guy that you would look to get the ball in his hands. Maybe LaVale Coleman as well. But
Coleman, those guys need to get the ball. I wouldn't be throwing this ball deep, Jeff, unless it's wide open.
And for Antelope Valley, got to turn around and stop the clock as quickly as possible if you can't get the immediate steal. Obviously, if you're thinking about the long ball, first guy you think of is DeMaurier Jones. Julian Payton is a good shooter from long range. He hit 4 threes yesterday, but he fouled out. So they don't have that option. Nachukwu has hit a couple of threes here in the second half, but expect it to be Jones who will get the call if they get an opportunity to get a chance to tie this one potentially.
Right. You would think here Palomar is looking for 1 point. They need 1 point and no fouls. That's their goal here, is to get the ball in and draw a foul.
So they come out with Beeler, who will trigger it in.
No defense on the inbounder, so Beeler will have an easy pass.
Gets it into Strong. No foul from Nachukwu, and as you talked about, I think they're going to try and get the backcourt violation if they can. Beeler quickly over the timeline, and he's fouled immediately by Nachukwu.
That's a pretty good job there from AVC. I like not fouling right away. I think it's smart to try to force the turnover.
Chapman at the scorer's table.
Now, Palomar, if you have to defend up 3, you basically concede the layup at this point, and you make sure you don't give up a 3-point look. And you may consider fouling. Now, at this point, up 4, whole different game. This is a no-foul situation here. Palomar will concede anything and then live to play the free throw game.
Short on the second free throw.
Oh, boy.
Chapman trying to keep it alive, but it's saved by Jones. Jones in transition, in on Strong, missed the layup, a blocking call against Jackson Strong. 17.1 seconds remaining, and Jones now goes to the line.
That's the only thing from Strong that Coach O'Neill would have liked to have not seen is a foul. Just let him go with the 4-point lead. You don't want to stop the clock in this situation. What it does is not only allows Antelope Valley to score, but it allows them to set their press, and that is what you don't want to see if you're Palomar.
Yeah, it also opens up the possibility. You see this quite often where there's a made free throw and then a missed free throw, and how many times do we see an offensive rebound on a missed free throw?
Well, we just did. Palomar mishandled it, but it happens all the time.
Yep. And Jones hits the first free throw. Up to 27 now in the game for DeMaurier Jones. Keep an eye on Stallings and Solis for Antelope Valley.
Get the box out.
And the second free throw is good, and now, as you talked about, they'll be able to set up the press. A little offense, defense here. They'll come back for Palomar with Corday Fairley.
Okay, now a man on the ball. So this is where you look for the long ball now. Antelope Valley playing with no safety.
And instead, they get it into Strong, and he is fouled immediately.
I don't like that either. I think Antelope Valley had a steal there if they would have let it play out.
Well, I'll tell you, I was keeping my eye on LaVale Coleman, and there was a little holding in the secondary there. LaVale Coleman as he broke deep. But either way, the play worked for Palomar. They were able to get it in to Jackson Strong. And Antelope fans, remember that we've got more Marauder athletics coming up here.
All right.
We have the Antelope Valley football game coming up at 6 o'clock, hosting Allen Hancock College. So right here on SoCalCollegeSports.com.
So now 3-point game here. Palomar with this make, yes. Now they have to defend the 3-point line. You have to basically concede the 2.
Jones has it now. He's checked by Coleman.
Works
help. It to the right.
Let him go.
Gets it inside the 3 and gets the soft shot to go. Good shooting touch for DeMaurier Jones. Still 8.7 seconds. Strong fouled quickly, 7.1 remaining. Well, I think it was very interesting there that they didn't go for the 3, and not only did they not go for the 3, they didn't take the easy 2 either. That was a leaner from about 18 feet from DeMaurier Jones.
Overall, I agree with Coach Taylor going for the 2 there. Sometimes you extend the game as opposed to putting all your eggs in the 3-point basket. Okay, 1-point game here. Let's see what happens on the 2 free throws.
Yeah, Strong was 1 out of 2 his last trip. This one's up and good.
Palomar has 3 timeouts. I would not be surprised after this shot to see one called to set up your defense, because if you help on the penetration, there will be a shooter open.
Antelope Valley, meanwhile, out of timeouts. So Palomar gonna take a timeout.
So let's talk about this, Jeff. So now a 3-point game in college basketball, you can advance the ball to half court. So 94 feet to play, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're Palomar here, you need to identify the Antelope Valley 3-point shooters, and you probably want to play on the wrong side of them, literally on the 3-point line side of the defense, almost giving a backdoor cut away. The other strategy is Palomar may consider fouling and just taking that 3-point shot out and banking on the rebound. That could be a little sketchy with the size of the Marauders.
Now, DeMaurier Jones has hit a few threes in this game, but to my memory, every one of them has been a catch and shoot.
Right.
You'd be tempted to think of putting the ball in Jones' hands, but he hasn't really been able to dribble it up and take a 3, so it might be a situation where you put it in somebody else's hands, try to find Jones for the shot.
Not that I would be scouting Coach Taylor, but over the years, he has run some baseline screens for players like Jones with the point guard high. So you have an isolation for your point guard, option 1, and then you'll have a bunch of traffic down low looking for Jones in, I would guess, the corner in front of their bench.
And with 7.1 seconds and 94 feet, I have to believe still you're talking about the first pass needs to be to Jones. I don't know if you have time to make 2 passes.
Right. They're going to you got to get it over, and you're going to hit Jones with about 2 seconds left for the shot. I would not be surprised if Palomar fouls here. I would be stunned if they didn't, but we'll see 94 feet away how Coach O'Neill plays this out. Now you can run the baseline here. See, Palomar's back. They're not even going to extend there. They're going to put a shadow, as you can see, a safety man at half court to stop this penetration.
They get it in quickly. Wise into the front court. Instead, they find Fallings. He'll take for 3, and it's short, no good.
It's only a 2.
77-74. Palomar with a gritty performance, coming back after a slow start. They trailed it 11-0. Erased that deficit, and then in a nip-and-tuck battle with Antelope Valley down the stretch, Palomar holds on for a 77-74 win. They win the consolation matchup here, the 3rd place game in the VC We Play Hard tournament from Ventura College. Will Cowan had to quickly move on, and a very busy day for him as the athletic director here at Ventura College. A reminder, one more game coming in the We Play Hard tournament. If you want to keep track, we will not have that game for you, unfortunately, here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, but Orange Coast College and Riverside will be playing for the VC We Play Hard Tournament Championship here coming up. We do have a very busy night on SoCalCollegeSports.com. A couple of football games for you. Bakersfield and Ventura, huge matchup in the National North in the SCFA. That'll be at 6 o'clock. And, of course, for Allen Hancock fans, or I should say for Antelope Valley fans that are joining us here, keep in mind, we have Marauder football for you tonight at 6 o'clock. You can find those games at our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. You can also search our YouTube channel, socalcollegesports1.com. Once again, our final score here, 77-74 Palomar over Antelope Valley College here from Ventura College. We are going to step aside here and rejoin you later tonight for football here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. For everybody associated with SoCalCollegeSports.com, Matt Henson, Jorge Zepeda, Mike Zepeda, we thank you for joining us. Do want to pass along also special thanks to Will Cowan for all his help this weekend, and then also for sitting in and giving us his commentary on the game here today, and we certainly appreciate his insights, and that was a lot of fun. So great to work with Will all weekend long and indeed all season long. So special thanks to Will Cowan and everybody here at Ventura College as well. Once again, for everybody here from SoCalCollegeSports.com, I'm Jeff Stoynoff. So long, everybody. Thanks for joining us.